everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you happen to be stopping by for the very first time, then thank you so much for being here. If you happen to be a returning subscriber, then thank you so much for being here once again. I really do appreciate it. Now, as you can tell from the title of this video, this makeup tutorial was inspired by this year's Miss White Sands swimsuit competition, and the theme for this year is Arabia. This was actually a requested video. Now, by the time this goes up, it should be at least 1 week away from the actual competition. So I wanted to sit down and actually create something that was not only fun, but in keeping with the theme for this year's Miss White Sands swimsuit competition, which happens to be Arabia. Now, when you think about Arabian makeup, it's very bold eye statement looks. It has a lot to do with golds and very smoky gold eye looks. Some people implement some purples and reds in between. I guess it just depends on whatever color you're comfortable with using. And of course, you know, if I had to choose one of the three, I'm going to choose gold because I love me some gold. Like everybody always realizes I'm wearing either neutral or gold or rose gold eye looks. Those are just my colors. Those are just the colors. Like if I open an eyeshadow palette, those are the colors I gravitate to. The first, like my eyes literally gravitate to those colors first, and then I'll probably see the others after that, of course. And then y'all know I love me a bold red look. So I was actually excited to create this look. So if you are interested in learning how I achieved this look, then please stay tuned.
Well, hello there. Now, I didn't want to make this video too long-winded, so I already went ahead and prepped my skin. For this video, I primed using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer, and then I went ahead and did some light color correction using the LA Girl Orange Corrector, sorry, and then I followed up by using my MAC Skin Refine Zone treatment just to give the illusion of smaller pores because I do have large pores. Now, because I know the eye look I'm going for today, I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my eyebrows. Now, I've been loving this retractable pencil from Revlon. It's from their ColourStay line. It's called the Revlon ColourStay Eyebrow Pencil something the other. Anyway, I'm also cleaning up the area with just a small smidge of my MAC Prolongwear concealer in NC50. And as you can see, it's my exact shade. Next, I'm going to go in with another MAC Prolongwear concealer. This one is in the shade NC42. I'm using this shade because I do want to lighten up my eyelids a bit for this look because as you can see, my eyelid area is very dark. I'm just going to take that same concealer brush that I used to clean up my eyebrows, and I'm just going to apply the concealer over both my eyelids just to make sure that all of the dark areas are covered completely. Now, after I've blended out that concealer on my lid, I'm going to go in with my MAC my Melt. Did I just say MAC? My Melt Rust Stacks. I'm going to choose these two colors right here, and I'm just going to blend both colors in my crease area. I'm going to use that as my transitioning color. Well, one of my transitioning colors, because I think I'm going to use about 3 of them for this look. Next, I'm going to go into my Saharan palette from Juvia's Place that I've been loving since the day I got it. And I'm going to go in this rustic orange color, and I'm also going to place that in my crease area as my third transitioning color for this look. Now, please bear in mind whenever you're recreating something that I have created before, you don't necessarily have to use the same exact colors that I use. There's always room to improvise, because if you don't have it, as I said before, you know, don't go and kill yourself to try to get something that you can't afford. Use what you have, because that is exactly what I did when I first started off in the makeup business. I'm going to go in this Saharan palette. Once again, I'm going to take this color. It's called Zaya, and I'm going to pack Zaya all over my lid areas. By the way, that rustic orange color that I applied in my crease, that one is called Jamila. Next, I'm going to go in with Senegal or Senegal, I don't know how it's pronounced, and I'm going to take I'm actually going to apply that one using my fingertip because some of the colors are like really frosty, and I feel like the application works better when I pat it on with my fingers. Okay, I think I made a bit of a mess when I applied Senegal using my fingertips. So I'm going to go over that area once again using Jamila and just clean up the area a bit. Next, I'm going to take a very flat eyeshadow brush and I'm going to go in with that gold color, what is it called, Senegal, and just press it into the areas that my fingers couldn't reach. Next, I'm going to go in the palette once again and I'm going to take that very dark color. It's actually a black color. It's called Chad, and I'm going to focus on the outer portions of my crease area. I'm going to create somewhat of a small V or a C, whatever letter you want to call it. Now, I don't want to go too heavy using this black because this black is like really intense, and I don't want the look to be, well, I don't want the black to overpower the rest of the eyeshadow. Next, using a small tapered blending brush, I'm just going to blend out Chad a bit more so he's not so intense. Next, going into my favorite gel pot. This is my favorite gel liner. This one is from Inglot. I'm just going to go ahead and give myself a winged liner. Now, I never know how my winged liner is going to turn out because sometimes I do go a bit overboard, and then, you know, I have a dramatic winged liner. I was really going for something, you know, a little bit more toned down. Then I'm going to go in using my Social Eyes Vixen lashes. Now, I did double up on this lash because I wanted something that was a bit more dramatic, and just using one lash on its own, it kind of looked, the eyeshadow kind of overpowered it, so I had to like double up on the lash. Now let's move on to foundation. Now, I recently purchased this foundation from Elcie Cosmetics and it quickly became my favorite foundation. Now, the one thing I absolutely love about this foundation is that it covers up your skin imperfections. By the way, this line of cosmetics was created by a fellow makeup artist. Her name is Lilith. Now, Chestnut is the darkest shade you can find from this line right now. I'm not sure if she's going to expand the color range, but for now, Chestnut is the darkest color. Now, what I'm doing right here, I'm just following the instructions on the box. It says that you should give the bottle a couple of good shakes before you apply the product to your face. So I've done that. I'm going to do my 2 usual pumps, evenly distribute it over my face, and then I'm going to take my damp beauty blender and just blend all of that out. Now, another thing that they do advise is that if you're going to do more than one application, because this foundation is completely buildable, you can just add on as much as you want, and it's still going to dry down to the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in terms of foundation. They do advise that you allow the first application to dry down before you apply another coat. Now, I did apply 2 coats for this tutorial only because I just wanted that added security in the areas where I know I have like blemishes. I have so many great things I want to say about this foundation, but I can't do it in this tutorial. What I do have in mind is probably creating a favorites video and featuring this foundation, because one of the things I forgot to mention is that it is long wearing, it's water resistant, and it has mild transfer. So who doesn't want a foundation like that? Now, for my highlight, I went in using my MAC NC50 concealer, but for some reason I wanted to use the wand from my LA Girl concealer, and I just, you know, applied it over the areas where I wanted to highlight. And then I went in with my beauty blender using tapping motions, never wiping motions, because we don't want to wipe the product away. Next, I'm going to use the color Rust from my Melt Rust stacks and do some light bronzing. Now, I do absolutely love this color because I feel like it has just the right amount of warmth whenever I want to warm up my face. I don't always want to contour. Sometimes I just want to do a bit of bronzing, and for some reason I'm always reaching for that color. Then I'm just going to go ahead and set my highlight, all the areas where I placed highlight, with my Sacha Buttercup powder. Now, I'm not going to do the usual baking. I'm just going to lightly dust on the Sacha Buttercup powder over the areas where I highlighted. And then I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose powder in medium deep. And I'm just going to carve out, or I should say sculpt out, my contour, or sorry, not my contour, my bronzed area, just so that it pops a bit more. Then I'm just going to take a fluffy powder brush and just brush away the excess Sacha Buttercup powder and the excess Laura Mercier powder. Then I'm just going to go in with my MAC Studio Fix pressed powder in NW58, and I'm just going to lightly dust a bit of it, not only over the areas where I highlighted, but I'm also going to dust a small smidge of it over my entire face. Now after that, what I like to do is just take a regular powder puff and just press that same powder I applied into my skin. Now this is just an extra step, you don't have to do this. Now after that, I'm going to take that same Jamila color that I applied in my crease area, and I'm going to apply it to my bottom lash areas. And then after that, I'm just going to finish the rest of my bottom lash area by just applying a small coat of mascara to both my bottom and top lashes, just to make sure that my real lashes blends in with my falsies. Then I'm just going to go in with one of my favorite glow powders. This one is in the color Conceited, just to highlight. And of course, you guys know highlight goes on the highest point of your cheek. Y'all already know that these glow powders are extremely intense, so I only need a small smidge of it. Now, one of the good things I really love about these glow powders is that the intensity of it, you only need just a small smidge of it, and the intensity is just there. Now, one thing that you must note if you do decide to buy any of these glow powders is that you have to actually tap it into your skin versus wiping. Now, the wiping motion will probably only work for a pressed highlight, like a highlight that actually comes in a compact. That wiping motion works for a highlight that comes in a compact, but this is actually a loose powder, so your best bet for application is actually tapping it into your skin. And as you can see, I'm doing some very light taps, and it's already giving me a hell of a glow. And I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side. I'm going to apply it to the highest points of my cheeks, and then I'm also going to go in and apply a small smidge of it underneath my brow bone. Now, to make my highlight even more intense, I'm going to apply a very small amount of Fix Plus, a very small amount, because I have oily skin, and if I go crazy with this Fix Plus, it's going to make me look extremely greasy and oily. And then after that step, you can just go ahead and apply your favorite blush. Now, I actually started doing this by mistake. There was one particular time I was doing my makeup and I actually forgot to put on my blush. So I applied it between my highlight and my contour at the time. And for some reason, I've been loving the way how it looks, so I just started doing it. Love it. And then I'm just going to take, now this particular lip look is actually for those of us who prefer that nude or glossy look. So I'm just going to take my favorite brown pencil here from BlackUp, line my lips, and then I'm going to apply my favorite nude lipstick. This one is called Naturally Nude from Milani Cosmetics, and it's applied all over. And then I'm going to go in with one of my favorite lip glosses from BH Cosmetics. I can't remember the name of this. I'm going to put everything down in the description box, and then I'm just going to apply that very gorgeous gloss over my lipstick, and voila. Now, for persons like me who love red lipstick and who just want to go the extra mile, you can go ahead and just apply your favorite red lipstick or pink lipstick or whatever color lipstick that you want to apply. I absolutely love red. It is White Sands, and it is White Sands Arabia. So I feel like the most fitting lip color would probably be a red lipstick. And I applied it, and then I'm just going to clean up the area where I made a little bit of mess. And then of course your look is not complete unless you set everything in place. So I'm going to apply my white charcoal setting spray from Boscia, and again, voila.
After you've applied your lip color of choice, you can just go ahead and add your statement jewelry pieces to your outfit. If you have a statement necklace, if you have a statement headpiece, you know, those that have the little dangly things hanging down, if you have statement rings, if you have a statement body chain, however extra you want to go, you can go all the way extra, because the theme is Arabia, and Arabian is all about bold eyeshadow looks and bold jewelry pieces. Now, y'all already know that I'm gonna be all the way extra. Even though I'm going to be backstage working, I still have to be extra, because you never know when you might have to walk through the crowd and everybody gonna be side-eyeing you like, why she look like that? I know how Kittians and the Visions be that. That's just how they are. So if you are going to be at the Miss White Sands swimsuit competition, make sure you go all the way extra. I mean, all the way. Happen to have appreciated this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up on your way out. And if you want to see more videos like this, please be sure to leave me a comment down in the comment section. I always appreciate all of your comments, whether it's here on YouTube or any of my other social media handles. I really do love the interaction. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate it. Now, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please be sure to do so by clicking this lovely red subscribe button on your way out. It's somewhere along here. And of course, you know, if you want to be alerted for future uploads, please be sure to click the bell button down here as well. It's going to let you know whenever I upload a new video. Now, until my next upload, I'll see you guys at White Sands Arabia. Please be sure to be there and be on time. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye bye.